Hi, good morning. It is Saturday, February 21st. This is energy for the week for tomorrow, Sunday, the 22nd, through next Saturday, the 28th. Tomorrow is my mommy's birthday. She's an amazing, incredible human being, and I am deeply grateful. And I just love that I got to have her as my mom in this lifetime. I just recorded like almost the entirety of this and realized that I never pressed record. So I'm going to try to be as succinct and clear as possible. The main thing, okay, going into meditation and asking about the energy for this week was interesting because the main thing that happened was I felt really uncomfortable in my own body the whole time I was in meditation. I had an immense amount of pressure in the one side of my head. My stomach was grabbing and squeezing and clenching, and I felt really bad nausea. And like the entire time, I eventually asked, like, can this move aside so that I can try to receive any other information at all? And it lessened, but it never left until I came out of meditation, and it is 100% gone now, totally gone. So I just want to report that that happened. I tried asking, is this like something that we need to watch for as like a big news story? Is this like for the collective? Is this like a group of people or a region that are affected by something, or like a cruise ship that, I don't know. Is this a particular person of note? I got no answers on any of that. So I'm just simply reporting how it came in. And I guess we'll see if we have anything like show up coming up sometime soon where that's of note. Other than that, asking for energy for the week in general, I kind of really didn't get anything very noticeable. So I instead decided I would try to ask about particular circumstances, especially because last week I reported that the 26th and 27th, it was like 26/27, like as a grouping, kept coming up in my like awareness intuitively, just dropping in. And I did not know until people had commented that that is reported, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say names on here. So I'm going to say former Prez, he and his wife, as a collective unit, are scheduled to testify. I knew that that was going to be happening. I just had no idea about what the dates were. I didn't even know that it was reported that there were scheduled dates, to be honest. So I asked about that. Okay, I asked about that, and was there any information we should know about that? And I have to say, it almost came up feeling like almost entirely a nothing burger in terms of I don't have a sense from how my meditation just went that anything, like those of us who've been knowing, I don't feel like there's anything that's going to come out of it that's going to be like a major shock or surprise. I don't feel like we're going to be like, we already knew this, the way, however it becomes reported, because I believe it's supposed to be behind closed doors. I think they've been fighting to be public. I have not seen or heard anything to change that. But it feels like those of us who have been aware of, gross things that a lot of these people do, and, who may have been involved in what, I don't feel like there's anything really shocking that's going to come of those particular individuals testifying. The other thing from last week was that I said I had also kind of gotten a hit that the 24th was highlighted. I had not known until people commented on that video saying that that is the State of the Union. I didn't know that that was scheduled. So I started to try to ask, what can I know about the State of the Union? Is there any information we should be prepared for? Now, I want to preface this with saying that I am 100% fully aware of my personal, emotional, and political biases, right? Fully aware of that. And the way, when I asked, what can we know about the State of the Union? I just kept getting images of him sitting at a desk. And I was like, okay, no, I'm going to bypass that because we've seen a lot of that, right? And I was specifically saying, like, please show me him walking in, and it's always like everybody's standing up and everybody's clapping, and everybody's, shaking hands and whatever. And it got to the, like, I wasn't seeing it. And then I asked, show me him standing at the podium. And that's like always, the vice president, speaker, whatever behind him. And like, I got to the point where I was kind of like forcing the imagination of one of those images, and it would just blink out. Like I just wasn't seeing it. And I would normally never force an image like that, but I was seeing absolutely nothing. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to like put it in my mind's eye and let you take it where it needs to go. And it just, instead, this was what was weird too, is instead showing me like old viral snippets of things that we have seen from prior times. Like it showed me Biden kind of doing the, at Marjorie Taylor Greene and crazy garb. And it showed me, and I was like, okay, that's like long ago. Show me now. And it wasn't happening. So I'm just telling it exactly how this all happened for me. I may end up being 1,000% wrong about that, but it was just very bizarre. I would like to try again, and if I get something different, I will let you guys know. But that was just very strange to me. So, I feel like there was something else. Give me one moment. Yes, the other thing I asked about was the knowledge and expectation of potential upcoming conflict. And I specifically asked about Iran because that's been talked about a lot lately. The way this felt was, however this plays out doesn't feel as giant and concerning as a lot of people may be concerned that it could turn into. I do not feel that there's anything that's going to be like WW3. I mean, we're kind of already there, just in a whole different way. And also the C, locally, on our land, CW, we're kind of already there in a very different way. Any of that's just probably not going to look like what we've historically read in our history books, because it's very different times. But however this plays out, should something occur with like strikes and so forth, it doesn't feel like significantly long lasting or significant things that cause like a global or even national, giant fear coming to fruition. I guess I just want to say it that way. It ends up feeling like should things actually pop off, it's not going to be to the extent of what people are probably fearful for. That's how I think I want to say it. Again, if anything different comes in regarding that, I will let you know. That's how things are feeling for me at the moment. I think that's everything that came up today. Really strange meditation for me this morning, to be completely honest. Happy Saturn and Neptune conjunction yesterday. I do feel like we had in the days leading up to and yesterday, some interesting things. The SCOTUS rolling yesterday. I'm not an astrologer. I don't know if that 100% fits that type of energy, but I do want to say that it sort of seems like, Neptune dissolving, the disillusionment around the Saturn construction, constrictions and refinement and structures and governmental processes and stuff. Feels like that could fall under it to me. And, the arrest that was made overseas. If only we would have some here. Wonder why that's not happening. So anyway, that's what I've got for you this week. I hope you're all doing well, and let me know how you're doing, and I'll be back when I can.